Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Thank you so very much for tuning in to 98.3 FM, The Life. You're listening to Bacon Bit with Master Happiness. And of course, I'm your host, Marty Jalove. I come at you every single Monday night at 7 o'clock to talk about I was doing so good over here, Tiff, and I look over you. You're trying on every set of headphones on that side. Oh, I was proud of myself. I was trying to get through the intro without a flaw. I can turn the volume up. You just tell me which ones you got on. All right. Anyway, sorry about that, everybody. We'll try that again. All right. Hold on one second. Yeah, please. We'll just let everyone wait for you.
Okay, thank you.
Is that better? Is that better?
No. Okay, do your thing.
Yeah, we'll do this. We'll work on that. Anyway, hi, everybody. Welcome to 98.3 FM, The Life. You're listening to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. I'm your host, Marty Jalove, like I just said a moment ago. I come at you every single Monday night at 7 o'clock. We talk about your job, your career, your vision made clear, the skills that you hone for the vision, for the business that you own, the ups and downs, the smiles and frowns, where you're at and where you're bound. If you miss any of today's episode, you probably want to miss that beginning. But if you miss any of today's episode, tune in later in the week to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness, anywhere you listen to podcasts. As you know, I'm on a quest to bring you some of the industry best and occasionally a crazy guest, and nobody gets crazier than the incredible, wonderful Tiffany. So, Tiff, I'm going to try to turn on your mic. Say hello to the world, Tiff.
Hello, world.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Hi. Oh, I'm not on camera.
No,
okay.
You are on camera.
Oh,
now you are. Yeah, you're on camera. So, where's your headset? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Are they plugged in?
This one's not
no,
plugged in.
You have to plug them in, Tiff. You've
this
only been doing this for 5 years.
in.
You've only been doing this for 5
Hello?
years. Yeah. Well, hold on. Just tell me where it's plugged in. Right there. So that's probably 1, 2, 3.
Maybe 4.
Yeah. Try that. How's that? Hello?
No.
Hello?
No.
We're just going to, I'm turning up all of them. Hello? Wow.
I am so sorry.
Tiff,
boy, look, it's already half over.
Plug it into another spot or try a different set. Plug them in. And are you sure you're plugged in the right one?
No. Okay, maybe.
Oh, you got it. All right. So you're number 4. I'm going to turn it.
I don't know. I'm good. I hear you.
Is that better? Did I turn it down a little? Is that better? Is
No.
that good?
Hello? Yes, it's okay.
All right, good.
Thank you.
We're going to leave it like that.
I
all right,
apologize,
beautiful.
everybody.
That's all right. Look at that. Here it's 7:02. Look at that. It's only 2 minutes.
Okay.
We haven't lost anyone yet.
Okay.
So, wow. I'm going to see how we can turn that little mishap into the intro for the show. So this is what was really cool is today we're doing a special show. Normally we talk about business, but this is more about personal development. And I think it can definitely be tied to business.
Yeah.
This is something that I believe in. Okay. And it's going to be a fun show. And so it's so cool when you called me and you said, hey, let's do a show on manifestation. And I was like, yeah, let's do this.
And I'm like, really?
Yeah. You were like, why? Let me ask you, why would you think I wouldn't be into manifestation?
I don't know. I thought that was just like my kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of like into it.
But all right, tell me why when you say you're into it, why do you think some people wouldn't be?
Because you're a guy, and I figured it would be more of a woman thing.
Let's work on the definition
of
manifestation. No, let's work on the definition of manifestation because we could be doing 2 different shows here. No, it's the idea of truly being able to take some control over your life by strongly visualizing what your life what you want a life to be like. You can take some control over it. Okay?
I do know that a lot of sports people will do that, envision it in their head and stuff like that. So I guess that was wrong for me to say because you're a guy.
Right.
So maybe I don't know why I wouldn't think you.
I don't know.
Did,
so let me ask you here because this is going to be an important question.
Important
is because it seems like when you talk about manifestation with certain people, they immediately start thinking, oh, this is like magic mumbo jumbo.
Exactly.
This is not real. So is that part of the reason why you would think that maybe I or guys in general might not believe in it? I'm gonna put you on there. You're on the camera too. You're answering that.
That's okay. Yes.
Yeah. The short answer, yeah. Yeah. And that's legitimate. That's completely legitimate to think that way. But I'll tell you, that hurts your ability to manifest. If you start thinking people would be against it, then you're saying that this is something that might possibly not be true.
See, sometimes you think I'm a little on the kooky side.
I think you're a lot on the kooky side.
So that's why when I suggested it, I would think you would say, oh, that's one of Tiffany's kooky things.
No, I think something a lot to it. And so I think the first time I heard of it was many, many years ago when I read this article about, I think it was a college basketball team, and they tested this. They had half the team just spent doing drills, shooting free throws, one after another, right? Practicing all night. The other team was told to just go to bed, not practice, but visualize one free throw after another, always swishing, always going in, not off the backboard. Just every throw you made was perfect and right in the hoop. Every throw after throw after throw. All right. And force yourself to not miss in your mind everything, and just visualize and visualize. And when you start thinking other things, go back to it and visualize the ball going in, visualize how your body feels, visualize, going up in your toes, leaving the ground, visualize your hands above your head, feel how your back feels, your arms feel, everything, feel the ball leaving your hands, listening to the swish as it hit the net over and over again. Right. Yeah. And so then the next day, what they did was they tested I think it was maybe 5 players against each other in a free throw competition. And the ones who visualized it and did not practice ended up winning by a dramatic difference. And there's a lot to it, because obviously you can't just visualize it without ever actually throwing a free throw. They had to understand it. They had to go through the drills. They had already been good basketball players. But this was the additional step. The team that just actually practiced, remember, they weren't necessarily making every free throw. They were trying and they were missing, and some were bouncing off, some were getting close, some were hitting the backboard, etc. The team that visualized it were shooting 100%. So in their head, they could see 100%. They could feel it because they were examining how their body felt. They were talking about what does the gymnasium smell like? So they really, well, that's the whole idea, is to get all your senses into it, right?
Sweaty men.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Now I knew we were going to switch it to a different show. All right. But anyway, that's part of the reason why they ended up winning, because in their head, they couldn't miss. And the other team was concentrating on a mix of, I made most of them, but I missed some. Right. And that little bit of extra practice, that one more night of practice did not change them enough, but the visualization changed them enough to beat the other team.
So what if they were practicing and then went back to their room and then visualized it?
Theoretically,
it would be double.
Yes, exactly. The only tricky part, and we're going to get into this, is not to cloud your mind with the misses. Okay. Because if you're shooting and you're visualizing, and then, that night after you practice, at night, if you think too much about every miss you made, okay, then that's what ends up happening. Then the next day you're like, oh, I knew it. Look at this. I'm missing, because that's all you kept thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of the trickiest part about manifestation, is staying focused on something in particular. And our brains are not really built like that. Our brains jump around all over the place, thinking of all kinds of things, thinking of the positive and the negative. And no matter what you say, like, oh, I hope I would win $1 million. Oh, I'll never win $1 million. There's so many other people who deserve the $1 million more than me. I'll try to win the $1 million. I'm going to visualize, I'm going to win the $1 million, but I'm going to prove them wrong, because there's no way I'm going to win $1 million. That's how we'd be thinking, right? And what we need to do, though, instead, say, no, I'm going to visualize it. I'm winning $1 million, right? I can picture what my life would be like if I won the $1 million. I know where I would go. I know who I would celebrate with. I know how I'm going to win the $1 million. And you visualize it saying, this is actually happening. I'm picturing the day after I win the $1 million. You have to do it kind of like that. Put yourself up, create the narrative in your head of it already happening. And, winning $1 million is something, but it could be landing the right job. It could be getting a new car. It could be meeting the right person. So we're going to get more into that. But the idea is, the more that you think about it and concentrate and focus on exactly what you want, right? That's when you end up winning. But it's when you let your mind stray and you start thinking of the negative. And the reason I jumped into this so quickly is because when we started the show, you were like, I don't know. I was surprised that you would believe in this. So what I don't want you to do is manifest this whole idea. Marty doesn't believe this kind of stuff, or men don't believe in this kind of stuff, because then that affects the entire process too.
So it affects you too?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Here's this one thing I'm going to say this. is that we're going to talk about this show, and I have a belief in manifestation that it will definitely help. Manifestation and visualization. I believe that it can happen. And I can say that there were plenty of times that I needed something, I wanted something, I focused so hard on this one thing, and it came true to me. And that happened more than one time, enough that I can say, wow, there's something to this. But I'm also going to go this is beyond my understanding. It's beyond the way that I can define how that type of thing works. So I'm always going to fall back on the idea of this, is that if I'm wrong, and there is nothing to manifestation, nothing to visualization, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't correlate to anything. If I'm thinking of things in a positive way, what's wrong with that?
Absolutely.
Right? So if I continue to concentrate and focus with clarity on what I feel is positive for me without hurting other people, win or lose, I still win, right?
Right.
That's what it comes down
to. People around you win too.
Exactly, because they get a happier Marty, right? That's right. All right. So, Tiff, I'm excited because I brought all kinds of cool stuff to.
Because I'm here with you?
Yes, that's the reason I'm excited. I brought all kinds of cool stuff here, but I'm also excited because you told me you created your own little bacon.
I did.
So before we get into that, for those of you who've never listened to the show, we're talking about manifestation today, and I'm viewing this as more like personal growth here. But although it can affect you in your job, it will affect your personal life and your professional life if done right. And I think it gives us some more clarity here, helps us to focus on what we really want out of life. But anyway, we normally talk about business, but sometimes we do break away and we talk about happiness because the show is called Bacon Bits with Master Happiness.
That's you.
Yes, exactly. I am not saying I'm the master of happiness. I am trying to master happiness as much as I'm trying to help other people master happiness. Okay. So the reason we call it Bacon Bits is we're talking bits and pieces of all kinds of stuff. We're pretending we have some advanced knowledge that we're going to squeeze all into 1 hour. And the reason for bacon is this. Bacon is that magical food that everything it touches just becomes a little bit better. I always talk about, you go to a restaurant, you order a filet, you like their top piece of meat, and they go, would you like us to make it better? We'll put some bacon around it, right? You go and have a spinach salad, which is delicious. And they sprinkle bacon on top of it, right?
And bacon grease.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, isn't it like
it's part of the dressing?
Yeah, and you're like, that seems healthy. A baked potato, they put cheese, sour cream, and they're like, and we're gonna sprinkle some bacon on it, right? So I have a
donut, a maple donut. They put bacon on it.
Yeah, everything that they go, let's just 10x the taste on something. Let's make it even better. You add a little bit of bacon to it. I'm going to tell you this recipe for a trifle dish later in the show, maybe, or afterwards. You know what a trifle is?
I do.
It's layers of foods. I made one really, really good stuff. And bacon was one of them. And it was so good. I got somebody who was a vegetarian for 25 years to taste it. And she was like, oh my God, I never knew bacon tasted that good. Okay. So we'll talk about that later.
Like, are you teasing me?
No. We'll talk about that later if we have time in the show. But anyway, the reason I'm talking about bacon is because bacon is that special thing. And I want to bring and introduce bacon to everyone. I want us to dig down deep inside and find our inner bacon. That driving force, that thing that we're looking so forward to tomorrow that we can't go to sleep tonight. And this ties in so much with manifestation. When I can picture this thing tomorrow and it excites me and I explode inside going, I am so excited because I get to do this tomorrow.
With Tiffany.
I mean, how can I possibly fall asleep looking forward to this? So bacon is that magical thing. Even if you don't eat it, this is the perfect show for you because we're not talking about the bacon for chewing.
We're not?
No, we're talking about
the bacon for doing.
That's right. Fantastic. All right. Yeah. So we use the acronym BACON as a loose outline for the show. So Tiff, let me hear your bacon.
Okay.
Today.
I don't have any you go into it.
I know, but we're going to go into it. Yeah, no, that's all right.
Okay.
All right. Let's hear what you got.
Okay.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't do that. You manifest. This is going to be the best bacon yet.
Here we go. Gotta get the glasses
Let me hear it. This is going to be the best bacon yet. Manifest it.
Best bacon yet.
Nice.
Okay. B is believe it.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
A is affirmations.
Okay.
And that's positive statements that you repeat to rewire your brain.
Yep.
Okay. Co-creating.
Oh.
It's calibration between you and the universe.
Wow. Wow. You are going deep.
And then you own it.
Nice.
Trust it that it could be yours.
Yep.
And then N is no negative talk.
Wow.
And now your bacon, did you have any of these on there?
Actually, the first one is I have the first one for me. I'll read through mine as well then.
Okay.
And then we'll go into them. But mine, the first one is belief. Build your foundation. So very
similar, but different.
There you go. Okay. The next one, A for me is action. Align your steps. Okay. Wow. Really? All right. C is going to be clarity, is crystallizing your vision. All right. Okay. O is optimism. Own your outlook, very similar to what you're doing. And then N is going to be, of course, my favorite word for N is nurture. Nourish your mindset.
I had a double N.
There you
go. No negative.
Nice. I'm loving it. So let's get into this a little bit. And I've got some stuff. So every once in a while, you know what? I'm going to read one of these things here in the back. I came up with a list of 10 quick manifestation tips. All right.
Oh, good.
So this is what we want to do is write your future self letter. Okay. You're liking this one?
I like that.
All right. So this is why it works. Writing pulls your desires out of your head and anchors them into reality. When you write from the perspective of your future self, you build profound belief and bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Okay. So how do we do that? All right. So this is what we're going to do. This is everyone who's listening. This is just one of the cool things that you can do in the future. Try this and really try to believe it. You know, just pretend you're a kid again. Okay. Whereas everything is possible. All right. And just jump into this wholeheartedly. You know, it's the deep end of the pool. It's the first day of summer. Run out there, jump in and just try it. Believe it. Dig down deep and say, I'm going to try this, because the worst that will happen is you will just become a nicer person. You will have a more positive, optimistic outlook. Okay. The best that'll happen is your dreams will come true.
Okay. Right. So to my future self.
Yeah.
So I would say,
well, hold on. I'm about to tell you how to do it. All right. So you're going to grab a pen and paper, write a short letter to yourself, dated exactly 1 year from today.
So it would be, dear 30-year-old Tiffany.
Yeah, really? A year from now. So you'd barely be 25. Okay.
I was wondering if you were going to get that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Describe your life as if your biggest goals have already happened. Speak in the present tense. I am so happy. I'm so grateful that now I have blank. Okay. So write this as if it's a year from now. It is March, 16th? March 16th, 2027. And you're writing this letter to your March 16th, 2026 you. And you're writing this letter going, oh my God, Tiff, this is going to be the greatest year ever.
You're turning 29.
Yeah, exactly. Wait until this date. Right now, it's got blank. These are all, and you think about all the goals that you have, and you say, these came true. Maybe there's some stuff. And it's, I finally started working on this because that was one of my goals, to start this. I accomplished this. I've got the car of my life, or my dreams, the job. I love my job. I've decided to love Mark. Just whatever. You just go through all the stuff of your goals coming true. And I'm going to touch on this whole thing. Did you know that Jim Carrey, he was like one of the, of Jim Carrey and his manifestation?
Yes. Yeah. I know the story.
All right. Well, then I'll let you tell the story.
Oh, no, you could tell it. It's your show.
All right. I will tell it. But at some point in time, he was still a down and out wannabe comedian, and he wasn't making it yet. And so what he did was he wrote himself a check for $10 million saying, here's a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. Right. And he carried it in his wallet for a couple of years. And then all of a sudden, one day, the date on the check, I think, or something like that, he pulled it out. And at that point in time, he had over $10 million in his account, that he had already become a successful.
Yeah, he got paid $10 million or something like that for a movie.
He
did. It was something similar.
Yeah,
to
it was just so perfect.
It was very cool.
And so it really came true. And so I'm going to go back to how I said in the beginning, because I don't want anyone to think, oh gosh, this is all this magic stuff. It doesn't work. And I'm going to say, what did Jim Carrey lose by writing the check? Absolutely nothing. It helped him realize his goal, helped him focus. He might have worked harder to get that, because he said, I'm going to get this. I know I'm going to get this. I have this check, right? And so he knew what he wanted. Too often what we do is we sit around day after day not knowing what we want to do. And then we're never happy with the life we got, right? And we were like, that other guy, look at, he's got everything and I got nothing, because we never focus on it. And if we don't at least focus on it, how can we work for it? Okay. It's this race. Jim Carrey designed his finish line. And he said, this is where I'm running to. This is when it's going to happen. Where too many of us say, I am in the rat race, right? I am working every day. I'm doing all this kind of stuff, but I don't know my goal. I don't know what to focus on, because I don't know. I'll never know if I'm succeeding because I don't know the direction I'm going in.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if you think this is mumbo jumbo magic and it doesn't make any sense, right? It doesn't hurt anything, because all he did was he wrote this and he focused on it.
It is positive.
Yes.
Exactly. If it's like, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, you're happy because you're going for it. So why is it mumbo jumbo? Right, because you're happy.
Yeah. And I'm not, and maybe everyone who's listening to the show, all three of them are saying, maybe they're all going, I believe. Okay. But I just want to make sure that we express this to everyone, that it doesn't hurt. You know what? If I had an opportunity to talk to Jim Carrey about manifestation, I would ask him one question and a follow-up. During that entire time, you're carrying that check in your wallet. Did you ever get to the point in time where you felt like, I'm just going to rip this up, this is not going to work? Did you ever feel like there was negativity, like this is silly, I shouldn't have done this? Like, what was the deal? Was there any negative, any gray clouds glooming over you? That would be my question. And then the follow-up was, then what did you do to overcome it? That would be
I don't think he had any kind of negative.
Maybe not. But that's why I would say I want to ask him, did he? Because it takes so much willpower to focus on one thing, because as humans, we are ingrained in our brains here on how to look at the worst case scenarios. We have to protect ourselves. Okay. And we have to be able to say, maybe it's not going to work. And if it doesn't work, what am I going to do?
So do you have Jim Carrey on one?
Yes, he's on one. We lost him. I disconnected him. He would never hang up on us. Yeah. All right. So Tiff, let's start out.
I like that. Write your letter.
Yeah. And I think it's a really cool thing. Why not? You know, it was kind of interesting that when I was a little kid, I completely forgot about it. And I ran into one of my cousins a while ago, and we were just chatting, and he goes, I remember when you used to carry a picture in your wallet, a drawing I made of a pickup truck, right?
Oh,
and
no way.
I had a pickup truck that I drew, and it was a big 4-wheel drive pickup truck, inflated wheels. But in the back, instead of the open bed, it was a house, like a regular wooden house.
Like a camper?
Yeah, like not a camper. No, it wasn't a camper. It was like I built the house. I built the little wooden shed in the back where I could sleep in there. And I had this drawing and I carried it in my wallet. And I think the reason I carried it in my wallet was, like I said, one day I'm going to own this, right? Now, it is kind of funny because I completely forgot about it. And my first vehicle that I ever bought, brand new, was a pickup truck. And I don't need a pickup truck at all. There's no need for me to have a pickup truck. And then since then, I've had SUVs after SUVs. I've had multiple vehicles. And then recently, because of my business, that came true, that I built a business from nothing with an idea of what I wanted to do, and created a business that is doing very success. I'm very successful right now. I'm still growing. I'm still looking for more customers. I want to help people, bring more happiness to their employees, because happy employees create happy customers. That's the ground floor of my business. But anyway, because I was able to grow this business from nothing, right? I was able to go out and buy another vehicle, and the vehicle I bought was this little mini pickup truck.
Yeah, well, you need all that room in the back of the truck
snow
for all that happiness.
That's right. Right now it's all snow, right? But it's that little red pickup truck, because I'm the modern day Santa Claus. That's what it's all about. Driving my little red sleigh.
Oh.
Okay, but anyway, so it's pretty cool when I heard about him carrying that check.
Yeah.
And then my cousin brought it up to me and reminded me. I was like, I completely forgot about that I had that little image I carried around with me. So anyway, all right. So let's get into this, Tiff.
Okay.
What was your B again?
Believe it.
Okay. Believe it. Anything else that you added to it, or just believe it?
I just did the
just bacon. Believe it, baby. Okay. So I'm agreeing. Mine is belief. It's all got to be about the belief that let's start out with believing that it's possible. Just believe that it's possible. Remember when
anything's possible.
Right. And remember when we were little kids and we could believe that we could fly, right? And we'd say, I'm going to climb up on top of this garage roof and jump off. And I think I could fly. Never.
Nope.
That's why you never flew. That's why you never flew. But think about this. If nobody ever said, I know I can fly, the Wright brothers would have never flown. Okay. Nobody would have pushed the envelope. Nobody would have pushed a little bit harder. Okay. If nobody said there's got to be something better than us reading by a candlestick. Okay. Nobody would have pushed for kerosene lamps to eventually electric lights. Somebody had to say it can be done. I believe it can be done. And I strongly believe that if one person can do it, another person can do it. And it all comes about that idea of facing your fear, understanding your desires, and realizing it can be done. Just go out there and try it, right? So it starts with that deep down inner belief. I believe that it can be done. And maybe, just maybe, manifestation is one of the ways, one of the tools that's going to get me there. Okay. And like we keep saying, and if it's not, if manifestation doesn't help, it's not going to hurt.
It can't.
Okay.
No.
There you go. There you go. So mine is the same thing as this belief. Build on your foundation. Okay. Before you can build a house, you need to build a solid foundation, right? Before you can manifest a dream, you need to have a belief. You have to come up with something. Okay. Every business, think about this. When you go into like Steve Jobs, he truly believed that everyone deserved a personal computer on their desk. You know, it wasn't that long before Steve Jobs really working on it. And obviously Microsoft was working on it. I think Xerox was working on personal computers as well. But before then, there was a point in time that they were only these massive, massive computers. And there was some brilliant computer guy, I don't know who it was, did the quote of, they don't see a time where the world will need more than like 9 computers. That's what the quote was, that the computers would be centrally located. You and I wouldn't use them, but industry would use them. And we wouldn't need more than 9 computers all over the world. That was the dream.
I remember I was at work or something like that. And someone told me about something called email.
Yes.
And I'm going, there is no way instantly someone could send a message. I'm like, there's no way it could happen.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I was wrong.
There you go. There you go.
So someone decided, okay, with the computer, send an email, send a message, and
bam.
There
you go. All right. So I got a little activity for you, Tiff.
Oh boy.
Okay. So you're
Do I need my pen?
Maybe if you want. Maybe you need your pen. Okay. So we have what's inside of us is our inner critic. All right. We have a voice inside of us that talks to us and tells us why we are going to fail. Okay. And everyone has this because it's important, because every once in a while we need a little kick of common sense of going, that lava they keep saying is hot, but it looks so pretty. Let me just touch it. Okay. We need something in our head to say, no, do not touch it. It's going to burn you. We need something when you're at the end of the garage roof saying, I think I could fly. We need that thing inside. You cannot fly. You are not a bird. You can jump, but you cannot fly. Right. So we need that inner critic. It goes all the way back to saber-toothed tigers hiding in the bushes. We needed something to go, that shaking in the bush, that is not just someone selling me candy. That might be a saber-toothed tiger. Right. So that inner critic is there for a reason, but we have to have control over the inner critic. We can't allow the inner critic to have control over us. So what I want you to do is think about this and tell me, when was the last time you wanted to do something, Tiff? And whether you actually did it or didn't do it, but when is the last time you wanted to do something and you had an inner voice inside you telling you, you can't do this, you're going to fail, you're not good enough, you're not knowledgeable enough, you're not qualified, whatever.
Oh gosh. See, now you're putting me on the spot.
Yes, I am. And I'll tell you when I can tell you.
It happens all the time, but I just can't figure out something.
Yeah, just come up with one quick one. I'll tell you mine. How's this?
Okay.
I'll tell you mine. All right. So, I love getting in front of a crowd, doing a motivational presentation. I love this whole idea. But it goes in waves for me. Sometimes I'm all set. I just did one not too long ago in Antioch. And I've got another one coming up in Winnetka. And down in Morton Grove and Niles coming up, working with these groups of people that want motivation, want just a kickstart, want to be reminded of why they're here, right? And so sometimes I love it. You can see the crowd. I get this energy. I get up on the stage and I'm deliver this big messages, big bold messages to a round of applause, right? But sometimes I also walk on the stage and a voice inside me goes, run away, run away. You're not good enough. What are you doing? Who do you think you're fooling? This is not you.
That don't sound like you.
Oh yeah. It's a voice inside my head.
Yeah, I don't.
And so as I'm walking out on stage, it's like, so just leave. So what? Quit. Stop. It doesn't matter. You don't owe these people anything. And I have this fighting in my head. And luckily for me, I have plenty of other voices. Then I get another voice going, shut him up. We don't listen to him. You can do this. No, he can't. He's never done this. Well, he's never done this, but that doesn't mean he can't do this. And you have a voice going on. And it's like all these voices are going on. Who's going to actually do the presentation? Right. So that inner voice, the negative voice, the easiest way to capture that is name the voice. Okay. Oh. And so I named that voice, and that is not Marty in my head.
Okay. Who
that
is
it?
That is
Burt. Burt. And it's Burt. And it's so funny. I was talking to my wife about that. And she was like, oh, Burt's a cute name. Burt was the name of the chimney sweep in Mary Poppins.
Oh.
And Burt was like Ernie's friend. Right. And I was like, yeah, right. But it's not that kind of Burt, not B-E-R-T. It's B-U-R-T. It's the ugly Burt. It's almost like burnt, which is how I hate my bacon burnt. But his name is Burt. And so when I'm about to go do something and Burt speaks up and says, you cannot do this. You're not qualified. These people are expecting someone better than you. You're going to fail. Whenever that happens, the rest of me goes, you weren't even invited to this, Burt. Get out of here. Marty is doing this. This is not the Burt show. And it's really easy to once you tag something or name it, it's easier to push it away and realize that is not me. That's another negative force that is trying to convince me to lose. And once you tag it like that and push it out of the way, it's so much easier to do your best. Okay.
Yes.
So tell me about a time for you.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
I hope it makes sense.
I'm sure it does.
Okay. So a few years ago, we had our class reunion.
Yep.
And I was on the board, or I was helping plan it.
Okay.
And it was during the class reunion. And I thought one of the other girls was going to, we had a list of questions of back when we graduated for everyone to answer, and then they could win prizes.
Gotcha.
Like what was the Academy Award winning movie when we graduated on that year? Okay. So I thought someone else was going to do it, and she didn't do it. And she goes, Tiff, you do it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So standing in front of all my classmates, having to speak kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Okay.
But it happened so fast, I didn't have time to actually hear the other person in my Burt.
Excellent.
Burt talking.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and did it. And I actually did a really good job at it. I was so surprised.
Nice.
And so I guess, is that a good one?
Yeah, completely. Okay. But now what I want you to do, we're going to take no, I just realized we're at the bottom of the hour. Time went really fast. Here I'm talking to you. I don't even realize there's a big clock behind you. Anyway, because then we're going to have the second half is going to be a little quicker what we're going to do. Although this is a really big important topic. So we're going to take a momentary break, listen to some of the people who helped the station, some of the other shows, and then we'll be right back with more manifestation. And we're going to find out that since my inner demon there is named Burt, we're going to find out what Tiffany's name is really. So everyone just stay tuned, and we're going to give Tiffany's girl in her head a name.
Okay.
And we are back. Are you talking over there? No. Okay. And we're back. Thank you so very much for staying tuned in to 98.3 FM, The Life. I'm Marty Jalove, the host of Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. And my guest today is Tiffany. We're talking about manifestation. And the first thing we did was we're going really slow today for some reason, but we talked a little bit about that demon in our head, that talk and that voice in our head that is always trying to knock us, trying to prove to us that we're not as good as we really are. And I call the guy in my head Burt, and it's easier when you name him or tag that voice. It's easier to push him away and say, that's not really Marty in that head. That's Burt. So Tiffany, you were coming up with names. It was so funny trying to come up with a name for Tiffany's little voice in her head. And her first response is which one? Because she's got 100 voices in her head.
It happens.
That's right. And every name I suggested, she was like, no, I might know somebody with that name. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
So who
it was so
calling?
funny. So there was, I don't know how many different things on the radio going on. And Marty's like, come on, hurry up. You got to find one. So we decided Broomhilda.
Oh, nice. You're
gonna remember that cartoon?
Yes,
little cartoon
exactly.
From
the little witch.
Yeah.
There you go. So so the next time you feel negativity in your head,
okay.
The next time you hear a voice saying you can't do this, you remember that's Broomhilda talking. It is not you, Tiff.
Okay.
All right. Tiffany's a winner.
I'm a winner.
That's right. Broomhilda, she should go haunt somebody else.
Oh.
All right. So this bacon today, we've been going through a little bit slow, but we started with B, the belief. Our belief system, and we're working on that idea of chasing that voice out of our head. A is going to be is the action. Align your steps. Okay. When we look towards a large goal that we're after, okay, we want to break it up into smaller steps, because too often, especially with manifestation, which is what we're talking about, too often when we see this major goal, it's really easy for us. It didn't come true because we're thinking of a big goal. So what we want to do is break them up into smaller goals, smaller incremental goals that you're going to go, oh, that one is true. It came true. It's a reality now. I'm getting closer to my goal. And if there's something that happens here, like, well, that's not what I wished for. Think about, does that help me get to my bigger goal? And remember, it's going to be able to help you at least by a learning experience, right?
Right.
You're walking down a path, right? And we know my goal is to get to the end of the path, right? So I'm going to take one step at a time. And I know every time I can take a step towards the goal, I'm getting there sooner. But sometimes I have to take a step sideways because the path turns, or there's a tree in front of me, right?
Or you trip.
And you're right. You're absolutely right. You trip, but you learn from tripping and you realize, oh,
I got to pick my feet up.
Exactly. Wow, there's big holes in the ground that I didn't realize. Exactly. So even the negativity we learn from and we move forward. All right. So excellent. So we're going to get into this action stuff. What did you have for letter A there, Tiff?
Affirmation.
Affirmation. Affirmation is good too. That's right. Baby Joe, he used to always say rhinoceros instead of rhinoceros.
That's something I would do.
Rhinoceros. All right. So anyways.
Okay.
Affirmation. All right. Do you have any affirmations that you say to yourself? Like, Broomhilda, get out of my head.
I can't. I'm trying.
You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want to.
I have some that I'm trying to say every day. And it's hard to get into the habit, but they say all the positive, things. Get into the habit of saying it every day, every morning before you go to bed. So in the morning, you say them, it makes your day better. And before night, that's the last thing you think of when you go to sleep. Yeah.
I'm still going to say, and you know what? I don't mind saying it on radio or on YouTube. I up in the morning, brush my teeth, you get up in the morning, you're like, oh, I'm stretching and stuff like that. Brush my teeth, rinse my mouth. I look and I go, you're damn good looking. Right.
I see you doing
completely,
that.
Because that's it. If I start my day like that, first person who I see says I'm damn good looking, I got a big smile on my face. I'm happy all day long. And you know what? There's nobody I believe more than me. So if I'm the one saying, you're damn good looking, that's a great way to start the day. All right. So I want you to come up with some type of an affirmation for yourself. Yeah. Do something. It could be anything. Yeah, I can accomplish anything, and just say something. Remember, you are a winner. Broomhilda's the loser. Let her sleep in. We don't even need her. We don't need to take her out today.
No.
All right. So that's it. All right. So the A is you're taking action. Right. Affirmations. You're going to say that's it. Yeah, exactly. So yours is affirmations. What you're doing is you're constantly reminding yourself that you can do this. You will do this. All right. It's the idea of changing got to get. Okay. You ever heard this where you're like, oh, I can't do this. I've got to do this. Instead, I can't do that because I get to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's hard.
Yeah, but I want you to keep concentrating on that. Keep working in that direction. But that's one of those, it's kind of a junior affirmation.
You're right.
That is a small step towards the bigger step. So I want you to stick to that because everything that's out there in front of us, we get to do. Yeah. All right. Every single time we sit there going, oh my God, I have to do this. I hate this. Every time we do this, then it's going to live up to that hate. But if you get to say, oh my God, I get to do this. And even if it's something I don't like doing, but I get to do this because once I'm done with this, I get something greater afterwards. So I get to do this because when I'm doing that nasty, the hard work, I know I'm that much closer to the reward.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's got to be, I get to do this. All right. Thank you. Every once in a while I do something good, right? All right. So that's the A. And so what I want us to do is, our action step here is break down our bigger goals into the littler ones and say, what can I accomplish today or this week that will help me reach my ultimate goal? Okay. Hey, Tiff, can you do me one favor? Can you open that door? Because it's getting really hot in here now. Okay. So we're going to move into letter C, which I have clarity. In other words, clusterize. Wow.
Okay, Tiffany. I'm rubbing off on you.
Crystallize your vision. Okay. So what we want to do is really understand, focus, and be able to explain the vision in detail, what it is we want. So it's not like, people say, I wish I was rich. What does that mean? Does that mean that you want $1 million? Does that mean you want $10 million? Or does that mean you just want to change your name to Richard? Okay. So the idea here is figure out exactly, with focus and great clarity, what is it that you want out of life? And what do you have for letter C there, Tiff?
Co-creating, a collaboration between you and the universe.
Nice. Okay, perfect. And so I think there's some commonality here. And I think the thing that I want people to do here is that same thing. Crystallize. I want us to write down what it is we want. And we talked about this write down, that was one of the topics, is write down a letter to ourselves in the future. By doing that, this helps us with great clarity to write this and say, is that what I really want? And in as much detail as possible.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to just be out on the beach. What beach do I want to be on? What island? Where in the world would I want to be? With who? When? Doing what? And more so, with greater clarity, what is the reason I want this to happen? Okay, write this down. Remember how I always said I wanted to do this because I wanted to start a snow cone stand on the beach in the Dominican Republic, whatever it is. Give us the greater good. And the reason I'm selling snow cones, everyone is cold, and everyone who lives there, I'm going to sell to the tourists and give free snow cones to the natives there.
Aww.
Okay. So come up with everything that's the positive. Remember, the more that I can expand upon this and say, this is everything I want, and this is the why I want it, the easier.
And the universe is listening to you.
Bam, all the time, right? So I want us to sit there, and I want us to use the whole SMART goals idea of be really specific, make it measurable, to say, I gave a date to it. This is what I want it to be, right? Make it attainable. This is something that's possible. And we're saying that almost everything in the world is possible. Okay. Make it, what else is it? It's time bound. We want to really make sure that it's, there's a time to it, that I'm going to put a date to it, and that it's relevant. It's something that means something to me. It means something to the universe. It means something to the community. It's connected to my ultimate goal. All right. So we want to make a nice SMART goal with that. All right. And we can make it happen. All right. I'm going to jump into one of these other ideas back here. You don't mind if I jump around, do you?
It's your show.
Oh, thank you. Wow. You just say it like it's so.
It is.
Yeah. Well, fine. It's your show. It's your
no,
show.
I didn't mean it that way.
That's
I'm like,
all right.
You're the boss.
Okay. All right. How about this one? We'll go with clear the clutter, clear the mind. This is the one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Why it works. Stagnant energy blocks fresh blessings. Yeah. Your physical space mirrors your mental space. By clearing out the old, you literally and metaphorically make room for new positive opportunities to enter your life. All right.
That's just not necessarily your mind.
No.
Clear the clutter of your house.
That's
too.
Exactly what it is. So this is how you do it.
So it's
Spend
both.
just 10 minutes today cleaning out a single drawer, organizing your desk, or donating clothes you no longer wear. As you toss those things out, tell yourself you are making space for abundance. Okay.
And new clothes.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. But that's it. I am making space for something greater. This is the stuff that's dragging me down. Okay. And so spend some time, but don't just clear the clutter. Remember, it's the why behind it. I'm clearing this clutter because this drawer, I'm going to put more important documents in. This drawer is going to be used for something that's going to be greater for that matches up with my goals. Everyone's got a junk drawer at their house, right? Open it up and say, what is in this junk drawer that is helping me reach my goals?
I'm actually doing this right now. It's taken me a little bit longer than I would like.
Yes.
But one of the back bedrooms, I want to turn into a meditation room.
Nice.
So I'm clearing everything out.
Beautiful.
And it's so hard because I'm like, oh, I don't want to get rid of that, but I got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
See, it's really
that's
hard.
Broomhilda talking to you.
It is. That's really hard.
So what you got to do, you know what, who I'd love to get on the show some point in time, but she's doesn't live around here, is my niece. I had my niece Cricket on the show a while ago, and we did a show on prepping for stress management. But my other niece Alice, who is getting married in a couple of months, her business is she is an organizer. So she goes to your house and she pulls things out. She's great on TikTok where she talks about that. Please, pretty please, just throw that away. Okay. But there's something more to it. And this is what it's saying is don't only just throw it away or donate or get rid of it. Do it with intention and say, I'm getting rid of this because this is holding me back. This is clutter that does not help me reach my goal. And if it doesn't reach my goal, why am I holding on to it? If I'm swimming through the ocean, trying to make it to shore, why am I holding on to this? Okay. The only things I should hold on to are the flippers on my feet. I should maybe hold on to my bathing suit, the mask, maybe the snorkel, whatever, a whistle, a flare gun. But if I'm carrying a television, right. Right. I'm going to go, but once I get to shore, I don't want to miss my show. No, you let the TV go, right? There's so many things that we carry this baggage on top of us, right? I'm carrying my luggage as I'm trying to swim. Let go of the luggage, make it to shore. Your life is more important than whatever's in that luggage.
Yes, but a lot of things have a lot of memories.
Yes.
And it's hard to...
You keep talking this negative vibes.
You're
kicking at the negative.
It's not necessarily negative. Because it brings good memories.
Right. And so what did I say? If it helps you reach your goal, hold on to it. Yes, it will. Because if it's good memories to say, this makes me positive. This gives me optimism. This is a representation of good times in my life. Then hold on to it.
Okay, so I could keep them.
Yes, you can keep it. Of course you can. I'm not telling you to throw away everything. No, of course not. But what we're going to do is there are plenty of things. You're going to look in my junk drawer. I am sure there's a bent paper clip in there somewhere, right? That I'm going to go, what do I need this? Well, I might need a paper clip. I could certainly straighten that out again. Okay. No, throw that out. Start cleaning this stuff out. I have a massive bag in my bedroom right now, giant bag of clothes that I don't fit into. I lost weight. So I'm putting all those clothes in there. And I have got to just, before the next show, and it's a big bag. Before the next show, I promise I will pull that bag out and bring it to Goodwill. So it'll be out of my bedroom. And and I'll tell you, the bag is so big. It's one of those big lawn construction bags, enormous, right? And it's filled? And it's filled. Shoes, pants, shirts, all kinds of stuff. And so the cool thing about it is just going to be is that when I pull that out, it's been sitting there so long and it's a clutter. It's in the way. I pull that out. All of a sudden, the room will look so much bigger. The room will be filled with opportunity, and I'll get rid of that stuff. I made sure I shoved everything in there and didn't take it because I said, what if I made a mistake and there's something in there I wanted? But now I get to the point of going, if I already can't remember what's in there, wow, that was just clutter holding me down, right? So I'm going to wrap it up, get rid of it before the next show, and I'm just going to tell you how much I enjoy that open space.
Oh,
all right. So that's what we want to do. That's the whole idea here. That's how we clear that clutter, clear our mind. Okay. Now let's see. Where were we? We were doing A, right?
I think we're on O.
Yes.
We're on O now.
Sorry. Yes. Because we just did C, which was the clarity, crystallize your vision. O is optimism. Own your outlook. Go ahead. What do you got for your O?
Own it.
Own it. There you go. Own what? What when you wrote own it, what did you mean?
Trust that it can be yours.
Yes. Bam. That's it. Same thing here is own your outlook. Look upon it, not that it might happen, but it will happen. It is happening. Picture it when you're writing that letter to yourself. Remember, this did happen. Oh my God. This is the reality. Picture it like that and it can come true. Okay. And again, worst that happens is you either change your goal, okay, or you work a little harder. And instead of it happening next year, it happens the year afterwards.
Yeah. There's
okay?
no time limit.
No, well, but set a time. Otherwise, we'll procrastinate. No, don't go.
No, I'm just saying if it doesn't happen at that time, don't think it's not going to ever happen.
Is Broomhilda's mating call. So, so we don't want that. We don't want that. We want a positive energy.
Oh,
all right.
My gosh.
So optimism. We own that outlook. There is a deadline. We're setting strict deadlines, and if we don't meet the deadline, we're like, okay, I'm going to set another deadline. What went wrong? How can I improve this? How can I make it happen? Okay. So what I want us to do here is this. Here's your action step. Reframing rejection. When something does not go your way, ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Okay. So when you trip and fall on the path, when you miss the deadline, instead of saying, oh, this doesn't work, what is this trying to teach me? Okay. I have this little motto that I would say all the time. And I would say it's the aha moment, AHA. Okay.
I think that's the Oprah saying, because I use the aha moment all the time too.
I do it differently. My aha moment stands for something, and it stands for anticipate happiness always. Oh. Anticipate happiness always. So whenever I go into a room, I have to say to myself, I anticipate happiness always. Somebody cuts me off in the traffic, I anticipate happiness always. There was a reason, a happy reason why that person cut me off. Okay. There was, when I walk into a room, instead of me walking in with anxiety, I'm walking into a room that I have to do some networking or something like that. I'm walking into a room where I know I have to do some customer service and these people are upset with me. Anticipate happiness always. In other words, it's going to work out. That's how I have to walk in with so much positivity. If I give Burt or anyone else any opening, a little crack, a crevice, open the door a little bit for negativity to come in, negativity will come in. So instead, anticipate happiness always. And the flip side of that, afterwards, I just learned this from this comedian I saw. No matter what happens in life, no matter what happens, you say, yes, thank you. Okay. No matter what happens. Again, someone cuts you off in traffic. Thank you. Yes, thank you. I trip and I fall. Yes, thank you. Because you could sit there going, I can't believe I tripped and I fall. I hurt my knee. I ripped my pants. Yeah, you could look at that. Or you could say, maybe that momentary hesitation let the bear cross the path way up in advance of me, right? And had I been walking fast enough, I would have face to face with the bear. Now we missed each other. Okay, so we have an equal thing that something negative could happen or a positive. So concentrate on the positive. So always walking into danger, I say, I'm anticipating happiness always. And after life gives me whatever it feeds me, I'm going to say, yes, thank you. I've got to fight for that. Is it easy to do that? No, it's really difficult because we sometimes are afraid. Sometimes we get sad and sometimes we get angry, but we have to fight that. And we have to say, I'm going to say thank you for this. We have to believe in something greater. There's got to be some silver lining to this, some reasoning to make it happen. Okay. Because I'm going to go back to the same thing we've always talked about. I'm on this earth for a very short amount of time, right? Every day I'm here is one less day I'm going to be here, right? And so I could live my life saying, woe is me. Everything is terrible. Look at everything negative happens to me. I could do that, or I could say, that was a reason, and I'm going to enjoy it, whether it was a positive or a negative, because I'm going to thank the universe and everyone else for what came my way, positive. And I'm going to face everything in a positive way by anticipating happiness always.
There you go.
So that's my optimism.
That's a good one, too.
You loving that?
Yes.
All right. So that leads us right to end, and we're getting close to the end of the day.
We are. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh, geez.
I know. So what do you got for end there?
No negative talk.
Bam. Say it again.
No negative talk.
Beautiful. I'm loving it. And mine, of course, is nurture. I use nurture probably every other show for end, but nurture, nourish your mindset, feed your mindset. Like that rant I just went on is so important for us to feed our mindset and saying, don't cloud yourself with this negativity, right? Stop with the negativity. The only thing I'm going to hate, the only thing I'm going to fight against is negativity, because I can't let it cloud my mind. That's the stuff. That's the luggage I'm dragging while I'm trying to swim to shore, right? That's the stuff I'm dragging along with me as I'm trying to get down this path. I got a kid I'm holding on to. Let the kid go. Okay, just walk down. Just
sorry, baby Joe.
I'm sorry. I've got to be optimistic, and you're bringing me down. No, it's that idea of fight for what you want. Define that goal. Think about this: is concentrate on the goal, focus on the goal, make the goal as clear as possible, and know that everything, and feel it down deep in your soul, in your bones, that everything I'm doing is helping me succeed and helping me get to that goal. Okay. And so do not let negativity come in, because negativity is that stuff it's the gum on your shoe, right? It's it's when you walk through the forest, you get those stickers all over you, right? And no matter what, you pulling them off, and they're sticking on your hands. And you're like, you can't get them off, right? It's that kind of stuff. It's when you eat pancakes, which are delicious with syrup, and all of a sudden you're like, how did I get syrup? I got syrup all over my hand. I got syrup on my elbow, right? It's that kind of stuff. It's all the stuff that just drags you down. It sticks to you. It wants to be part of you, right? It tricks you into believing that's the easy way. But remember, that's Broomhilda and Burt talking. That is not us. We're winners. We want to accomplish something. We want to enjoy life. They're the ones holding on to us, saying you can't. And then think about it. If you had a friend, Tiff, imagine you're swimming in the ocean.
If I had a friend.
If you had a friend with you.
There we go.
Right?
Okay.
There you go. All right. You're out in the ocean and you swam too far out.
Okay.
And you look back going, oh my God, we passed the little buoys. We are too far. And you're like, that is pretty far away. The shore is really far away. I got to keep swimming. And yet the tide keeps pulling you out, right? The riptide is pulling on you. And you're like, this is really difficult. And your friend just hangs on to you and says, I'm kind of tired. I'm just going to hold on to you. You swim. That's Broomhilda holding on to you. All right. Now, granted, if that friend can't swim, you're going to save the friend. You're that type of person, right? I'm going to say I'm that type of person too. All right. No, of course we're going to help them. But I'm talking about somebody who's like, no, we can't make it. Let's just stop. Let's just stop swimming. I'd be like, no, we cannot stop. We're not giving up. We're going to keep swimming because we can make it. We got to keep trying. And other people, that's the person who holds on and says, no, just quit. Just stop.
I have a quick Tiffany story.
Shoot.
Okay, so I know two people, they rented kayaks in Florida, and a bad storm came.
Yep.
And the waves were taking them out farther and farther.
Yep.
And there was two girls, and one girl was crying because she thought they were going to die. And the other girl was just laughing and saying, we got this. Someone's going to find us because we rented the kayaks and we're not bringing the kayaks back. And sure enough, because of the storm and they didn't come back, they had a boat come out and rescue them. But that was kind of the same thing. One was crying and all upset, and the other one was laughing like, we got this.
Yeah. And you think about this. What good comes from the crying in the ocean? It just adds more salt water to the ocean, making the ocean deeper. Yeah. So no good of it. So the positive attitude, why not hold on to the positive attitude?
Right.
Why not say we are going to be saved?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the more you let negativity in, the easier it is for you just to swallow water and sink.
Yeah.
Right. And so we don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
Yes. Funny and
it's
sad.
Funny, but because you were saying about the ocean about two people. So I was like, oh my gosh.
So Tiff, I'm going to try to add this in the write-up when we do this, but I had a bunch of other tips to go over. All right.
You can't quickly.
No, I have a bunch of them. It's time is up. So we're going to end the show now.
Can we maybe have a part 2?
I think that probably makes sense. We'll do a part 2 on manifestation. We'll clarify a little bit more there. Okay. Not to mention, I also wanted to bring in some studies from places like Harvard and other places that did studies that kind of prove there is something to manifestation.
Oh,
right. So we wanted to do that.
We could do a part 2.
Yes. Let's plan on that.
Yay.
All right. Manifest it. Okay. So thank you so very much for tuning in to Bacon Bits with Master Happiness. Of course, I'm your host, Marty Jalove. Come at you every single week at 7:00. Not always with kookie Tiffany, but if you're lucky enough to catch her, you're a lucky little monkey. Okay, say goodnight, Tiffany.
Good night, Tiffany.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
We're going to see if we can say goodbye the right way. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.